Let's work some fast feet on the spot for the next 30 seconds. Your turn. Front and back hops on the spot for the next 30 seconds. Your turn to try it. Let's hop into some in and out squats for the next 30 seconds. Your turn. Forward alternating lunges for this one. So starting with your feet together, we're going to step forward into a nice lengthy lunge with one leg, and then we're going to go back to our base and start from the beginning with the opposite leg. Keep working on this until it's time to stop. Your turn to try it. Okay, getting into some deep, slow squat for this one, and then on the way up, we're just going to add a jump to it, okay? Now, just make sure you're fairly light on your toes, so just jumping and landing on the toes rather than the heels, because we just want to try and preserve the knees. Working your way all the way down again into that deep squat, and just keep jumping at the end of each squat. Your turn to try it. working a traditional squat for this exercise. So this is one of the 3 basic strength and conditioning exercises. You can see my feet are parallel, as are my knees, and they're at shoulder width. There's no movement on the arms, so I'm not rowing or pulling back with the arms. I'm just holding the bar and dropping down until my thigh is horizontal and then lifting all the way back up. Your turn. Stiff leg deadlifts for this exercise. So it's a deadlift without the actual squat component. So you got to make sure your knees are soft straight, and we're pretty much maintaining that throughout the exercise. There's no rowing of the arms either. The arms are staying nice and stationary, soft on the elbows, and just allowing your back and your hamstrings to create the movement. Your turn. Zercher Squat for this exercise. So this is a good variation because the bar's close to your body and it forces a little bit extra core engagement out of you. Now you can see I'm using my elbows to drop all the way down to my thigh and then lift all the way back up. You can see my fists are at 45 degrees, so they're nice and comfortable, and vertical push for this one. Your turn. Alternating some courtesy lunges for this one. So you can see it's like a regular lunge. It's got to remain nice and lengthy, but we're pushing back at 45 degrees. So this is going to really emphasize the outer glutes. Nice stable movement. When you come back, make sure your feet and knees meet each other, so they've got to be together. And just keep a neutral spine and keep your arms soft, straight throughout the exercise. Your turn. lying leg press for this exercise. So it's just a vertical push from a lying position. Now you just got to make sure that your feet are at the grooves of the bow bar and your legs are roughly parallel. Bringing those knees all the way down to your chest and creating that vertical push straight back up. Your turn to try this one. Let's grab a pair of dumbbells for this next segment. Okay, for this exercise, we're going to start off holding a bent over row position. So you want to make sure that your feet are at shoulder width and parallel, and you want to make sure you pull your arms up so that your hands are at your ribs when you're in that bent over position. And then what we'll do is we're going to just work some squats from there. So you've got to make sure that you maintain your posture throughout this exercise. Your turn to try it. sidestepping into some squats for this exercise. So we're going to start with one side. You can perhaps start with your right side. Get into a nice deep wide squat and then go back to feet together and then hit the left side. And we're going to keep alternating between the two sides. Your turn to try this one. Working a basic isometric squat for this one. So I'm just dropping down with my feet parallel at shoulder width and just trying to keep an upright upper body for this one. I've got the dumbbell pressed to the top of my chest and it's just remaining there for the duration of the set. Your turn to try this one. Dropping down into an isometric squat and you're adding some arms extensions into this. So this is really going to test your core and it's going to test your arm strength as well. So you want to make sure that you're keeping an upright upper body for this one. And arms are nicely extended, soft, straight, right in front of you. And as far as your legs are concerned, you want to make sure that you've got parallel feet at shoulder width and your knees are right on top of your feet. Your turn to try this one. dropping down into an isometric low lunge for this one, and you can see that I've got the front hand grip as far as the dumbbells are concerned. Just got to make sure that I'm keeping a nice upright upper body and a nice lengthy lunge for this one. So you can see that my front leg has a vertical shin bone, and just making sure that my knee is just about an inch off the ground. What I'm then going to do is swap it over and hit the other side as well. Let's get you to try this one for yourself. Frog legs glutes bridge for this exercise. So starting with your feet together and your knees apart, we're going to lift right up into a glutes bridge as high as you can. So we want to try and hit that body triangle, and then return your butt all the way back down to the floor and lift again. Make sure you're keeping your knees as wide as you can throughout the entire lift. Your turn to try this one. Working some clamshells for this exercise. Now, I want you guys to set up by creating a straight line from your shoulder all the way to your knee. I want to try and take some of the pressure off the abductors and maximize glutes usage for this exercise. Once you've got yourself in that straight line, we're going to start to work our clamshells. I want you to open those knees up as high as you can, or as much as your flexibility allows you, and drop your knees back together. Let's try a set with the right and then switch it up and do a set with the left as well. Your turn to try this one.
Just cold and you know I try
Let's all run on the spot with high knees for the next 30 seconds. Your turn. Working some King Kong slams for the next 45 seconds. Your turn to try this one. Half burpee for this exercise. Now this is a nice low impact version of a burpee and it's much easier. Basically all we're doing is we're dropping down. There's no push-up component and there's also no jump at the end of it. So we're taking the joint impact away from this exercise. So just drop down, get into that prone position and then get straight back up and start from the beginning. Your turn to try this one. Mountain climber from a prone floor position for this one. So you notice that I'm nice and light on my toes. The front foot doesn't touch the floor at all, okay? All your weight is on 3 points, your back foot as well as your two hands. Try and maintain your height as well as you can and just nice lengthy mountain climbers for this one. Your turn. Well done for finishing your workout, guys. Please take a few minutes to stretch and cool your body down now. If you enjoyed this workout segment, please assist us by liking and sharing. Remember to subscribe for your daily workout fix.